Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be trading the 714 method again. As you can see, this is what we are having currently. You can actually see the trend that we're having currently. So what is happening is price just managed to push through this fair value gap right here. There was some fair value gap right here, giving us another fair value gap, right? Meaning that's what a fair value gap that price might actually pull back and respect it before it actually pushes all the way through. But obviously, when you look at the trend, this is a 1 hour time frame, right? So obviously, when you look at it, this is what we are having. You can see that we had a pullback to it. Now, is this pullback going to be the final one, or are we still going to have another pullback? So obviously, when we go back to the 714 method, this is what we have. I don't want to do it on the other tab because it's going to be quite messy, right? So what we are looking at right now is a very straight uptrend, right? What do I mean by we are looking at a very straight uptrend? I mean, look at it. It's just a very nice uptrend, right? So obviously, it's just telling us that price is trying its best to pull all the way up. Why am I saying that? Let's look at the price action here. So obviously you can see that there are a lot of buyers coming in, right? There are a lot of buyers, and even with these sell candles, you can still see that buyers won, right? So we can obviously just go ahead and enter into one trade based on this 714 method because I think price is going to be pushing all the way up. But there's another factor to consider when you are going to enter into this trade. Obviously, when you zoom out like this, sorry, it's quite messy. When you zoom out like this, you can see that we are at this last high right here, and just above it is another what serious last high, right? So obviously the place the 714 method is around this time is not a good level, right? It's not a good level, even though we might eventually push through it, but it's not a good level. So what is going to happen right now is very simple. We have two ways of entering into a trade based on today's 714 method. Because what you are looking at currently is an uptrend. So our expectations are price should push all the way down. But you can see from here, let me show you the 1 hour time frame, right? So you can see from the 1 hour time frame, if price actually pushes down, it will be a very good thing because we have this level full of liquidity right here, right? This is a fair value gap right here. You can see that candle right here. That's a fair value gap. So when price actually pushes all the way back into it, it will be a very perfect level for you to enter into a trade, right? But obviously, when you also look at it, you see that the fair value gap is working marvelously. There are a lot of pulls, or there are a lot of pushes just right there. You can see that this right here is a bullish engulfing candle, right? That's a bullish engulfing candle because this was our pullback, and you can see the amount of pressure happening. So there's a likelihood that there's no way the 714 method will be coming back if the 714 method wants to have a pullback, even though when you look through these levels right here, this range right here, you can see that there are massive what pullbacks, right? So even if the 714 method wants to come back, it will have to reach these highs right here before it will actually push all the way back, which probably might not be a good thing for you to be waiting for price to push all the way to that level, right? So what we are going to do right now is enter into the trade. It's going to be a buy because of this bullish engulfing candle right here. So it's going to be a buy, right? It's going to be a very simple buy. You can see it right there, right? So this what it's going to be. It's going to be a buy from here all the way into this level. So this is my problem right now. This level is very huge, right? Although we have some two levels that are quite important to take note of, or some three levels, right? So let's just mark out these three levels. So we have this level right here, and we have another range, another tip around this level, right? Which obviously happens to be below this level right here. So let's try our best and mark that too. Now, obviously, when you look at this support right here, you can see that we had a retracement and a pullback, also on another support right here. So you see that what I'm telling you about the 714 method not being in a good place right now, it's a very serious thing, right? You can see that we have a lot of supports right here, one, two, and obviously this is the third support right here, right? So what is going to happen is if we actually push all the way up. Now I don't actually think this range right here will hit price down. I actually think either this level or this level hits price down, right? But for the meantime, we have to be in an uptrend, or we have to be buying but not selling. because there's a likelihood too that price will actually reach this high right here, which if I go back to the 1 hour time frame, which I actually see to be a clean time frame, right? A much more cleaner time frame. You can obviously see that this is the high that I was talking about. So there's a likelihood that the 714 method will push into that high right there, or probably we just reach this height right here. You can see the supply and demand right here, right? So you can see the supply followed by the serious demand, right? So obviously what I'm saying is there's a likelihood that the 714 method will retrace today, but it's not a constant thing. I don't see it happening quite now. Even if it's going to happen, it will probably happen around these levels right here, above here, but not within this range right here. So let me just scale down to a 1 minute time frame and you see what I'm talking about. All right, so this is a 1 minute time frame, right? So if we mark the 714 method, that would be from 11 a.m. So what's 12 p.m., right? So we are already about 15 minutes. No, we are already almost up to 10 minutes after the 714 method, right? So right now, what I'm saying is there's a likelihood that this trend will want to push into this level right here before we actually get a rejection, because this level right here has actually already rejected several times, right? But also when you go back there, let me mark this level right here so that you see it very well. When you go back there, you see that there are a lot of what supply and demand at this area right here. So let me show you. So you can see that from this right here, there are a lot of supply and demand just around this range right here. So there's a likelihood that from here, price will start rejecting with the 714 method, right? But currently, we are not going to be in a downtrend at all. We are just going to continue pushing all the way up because the trend itself is not favoring the 714 method at the moment, right? So we are just going to be in an uptrend. We are not going to be in a downtrend. That's how simple it is. So this supply and demand, we have to mark this level down. So let me do this. So this is what we are going to do, right? So we have to mark it from this range right here all the way up to this level right here. So there's a likelihood that we have a serious rejection from this range, right? So we can either push it all the way through so that we see it well, or when price gets into it, we can get out of the trade, or we just allow it to be there and we just mark only the downward part just right like this. um Obviously I did not pick it well, so we just mark this level right here. So when price gets through it, we now know that we are in a dangerous zone, right? So what we are obviously going to be looking for is going to be a what? A retracement back that looks like a fair value gap formed after a breakout, or that looks like a lower high that just got taken, right, giving us a lower low. We are entering into a sell and we are hoping that price will bring us all the way down into this range. This right here is a fair value gap right there, which will also be a very serious yet very very important support level if price actually pushes all the way back into it, right? So that's just it for today.
One eternity later.
Guys, I think today my TPs are cursed, or my TPs just want to stress me out or something like that. I just don't understand. I've not gotten the feeling of my final TP getting hit. You guys will probably know that the whole of today, none of our final TPs get hit. We just kept on closing on either the second TP, or probably we just close it what prematurely, right? So just like I was saying, the 714 method was all right, just that I wanted us to enter into another trade. So I was just trying to analyze this one so that we'll get into this trade as well. But that's just it. The 714 method was very, very good. It was simple and easy. I already said we needed a rejection all the way back. Thank you. Now that's what I'm talking about. Now this is the feeling that we want, right? We want a feeling of a final TP getting hit. So let me just write this right there. This is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. So today, okay, I'm taking it back. Finally, one of my final TPs have gotten hit, right? But I'm done for the day. Those that were in three trades, because our first TP has already gotten hit. Those that are actually told to get in three trades, because your account sizes were small around this level right here, You can obviously find a level and get out right now, because this is the fair value gap that we wanted price to push into. So around this range right here will probably be a range for you to consider getting out, probably around this range right here, because it's just below the discount level of the fair value gap, right? So as I was saying, the 714 method was good. We were already expecting this reversal, right? We were already expecting it. As I've already said earlier, what we wanted to see was a rejection within this range right here. As you can see, we had that rejection. Now, I've told you guys the reason why you should always bring the middle line of what the rectangle that you are using, right? So let me just take this out so that you see this right here. So let me take it out. So you see that this is the middle line of the rectangle, right? So this is it. In my previous videos, I've said this. This is premium level and this is what discount zone, right? So the discount zone means if sellers are going to come in, if sellers are going to bounce into this trend, this is where they will be likely to do what? To push all the way in. So you knowing this, if you are going to enter into a trade, make sure that your TPs are around this range right here. When you have your level that you think price is pushing all the way through, use this rectangle right here, and when you draw the rectangle, try your best and put your TPs in the premium zone, right? The premium zone price is likely to just push through it and continue to move on, but the discounted zone is quite hard for price to do that. Even if it's going to do that, they'll probably have a retracement back to here, then another push, right? So that was just it. You can see that the 714 method was good, and we actually got another trade again. I've already told you guys at the beginning of this 714 method, if we actually got a retracement from this range right here, I said it already, if we had a rejection from this range right here, then we'll be pushing all the way back into this level right here. Now, of course, I was using a 1 hour time frame, so let's try our best and do what. Go to that 1 hour time frame and you see what I was talking about. Now you can see it's right. Very, very simple and very, very easy. Now we are still in trades around this level. We'll still get to these highs very soon, probably. If this tends to become a very serious downtrend, we'll have to close these trades right here. I mean, this week, last week rather, we started around somewhere here on Friday, around somewhere here. We got all the way up to this level right here. Now we got all the way up to this rejection, right? There was a rejection. I'm coming. Let me go to the was it the 30-minute time frame? We had a rejection on some hand. This was it. So we got all the way back to these rejections right here. We got out of those trades and we entered into these ones right here. So obviously you can see that we are pulling all the way back into that fair value gap. As I was saying already in the beginning of this video, if we have a rejection, then this is where we are coming to. Now you can see that we actually push all the way back into it. So obviously it's just about you being able to predict price very well, or you being able to understand where price will go next if it does this, right? So you don't have to say that price is going to do this, you don't have to say that price is going to do that, but what should be inside your mind is when price rejects from this, where will it likely go? And obviously when I was saying, you obviously realize I said it will likely come to this level right here. So that's it. Today was very, very good. There was nothing really, really annoying about today's trades. The only thing that was quite stressful about today's trades was when we started this morning. Up to now, it's just only this time that I actually had my final TP hits, because the rest of the trades that we had, even though we were in uptrends, but we were just closing it prematurely, right? Because the whole of today, the sellers were just trying to come in very, very huge, right? Consider this was a nice buy, but the sellers were just trying to come in. So we're just closing what's premature trades, but this is all right. The 714 method and the after trade, right? This is just the after trade because we traded the 714 method before that one. Both of it were all right, right? So what we are waiting for now, you can see the rejection that is happening here. I told you that those of you guys who are in three trades, when we reach this level, you should consider getting out of the trade. You see that rejections are happening, but there's still a chance of price pushing into this level right here, but you should have already gotten out of your trades here. You can always get into new trades, but it's not always that you can recover your losses, right? So it's very, very simple. So that's just it for today. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and share, right? And don't forget to do what? Subscribe.